As freedoms continued to decline globally for the 17th consecutive year in 2022, U.S. nonprofit Freedom House noted a positive trend. Everyday citizens are demanding that their political and civil rights be preserved.
We continue to see that around the world in the most repressive environments. We see that in China, we see that in Cuba, we saw that in Iran last year.
Gorokhovska says that inadequate protections, intimidation, and even violence against journalists has left media freedom at risk in at least 157 countries and territories.
They inform citizens, they hold the powerful to account. So this is all really necessary for a healthy democracy.
She added that Russian censorship was particularly damaging when it came to reporting the war in Ukraine.
You couldn't call the war a war, you couldn't criticize the Russian military. And so as a result, most Russian independent media left the country and has to be based elsewhere.
The repression has also discouraged ordinary citizens from seeking access to reliable sources of information, even through a VPN, for instance, says Ksenia Kirillova, an investigative journalist and analyst at the Jamestown Foundation.
If you just share any truthful information about the war, you can be arrested and can be put in jail.
The Freedom in the World report, now in its 50th year, also highlighted declines in Burkina Faso and Myanmar.
We actually have seen people put to death in Myanmar for offering criticism of the coup and of the ruling military junta. We're really seeing an unfortunate situation in Burkina Faso because it means almost a complete destruction of political institutions and people's rights.
She noted that's a sharp contrast to Colombia and Lesotho, which are among the 34 countries to show improvements.
One aspect of the bright spots we see are elections that are competitive and free.
The United States also has work to do in terms of combating polarization, something Gorokhovska called warring.
But we also see efforts from both political parties to address that.
Amid a global struggle for democracy, Freedom House recommends governments make human rights a priority, including in bilateral engagements. Veronica, Balderas, Iglesias, VOA News, Washington.